Welcome to Muskegon Rising, a community service project of the Muskegon Rotary Club. Our purpose is to create lasting positive change. We've been doing that here since 1916. So, let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Muskegon Rising. I'm your host, Aaron Mikey. And today I'm with McKenna Inglis from First Tee of West Michigan. Welcome, McKenna.
Thank you.
So excited to talk about golf, and it's warming up.
Yeah, it's the perfect day for it.
It certainly is. So you have a significant role in West Michigan in shaping youth. Talk a little bit about key milestones in your organization and its growth.
Yeah, so First Tee is an international organization, and they're divided up into chapters. So chapters are founded locally, and our hub in West Michigan is out of Grand Rapids right now. That was founded in 2011, and then we moved into the Muskegon area in 2013. We say that Grand Rapids is kind of our hub, and then we spoke out into Muskegon, Holland, and Kalamazoo. So a large part of the West Michigan area. Recently, we expanded specifically in Muskegon, which is where I work and run. We've expanded into Oceana County in 2023 and Newaygo County in 2024. So on the move.
That's amazing. So you're growing.
Yeah, definitely growing.
Impacting more and more kids through golf.
Yes.
So as a nonprofit, obviously face challenges with fundraising and maybe getting your message out. What are some of the biggest hurdles that First Tee faces?
I think it is the growth, specifically just we're too big for our britches right now. You know, we have, there's myself and one other person, our area director, Eric Sanford. He and I run these 3 counties. He does all of the fundraising and kind of that marketing and face of the organization, and then I do all the programming. And so between the two of us, we're the only 2 full-time staff in these areas. We have, it was 11, but I believe we just hired 1 more. So 12 full-time staff members across the 4 communities. But it's just finding that help to coach and volunteer and serve those kids. I think that's probably our biggest hurdle, which is a good problem to have. But it's hard. It's hard. And then surprisingly, I would say a big hurdle has been just like the boom in golf. Over the last few years, it's hard for us to find space at courses when we're not paying customers sometimes. And it's just fighting for time. We only have so many months, so many hours in a day, so many hours of daylight. And so I think those would be the 2 biggest. That's
really amazing. So your kids golf at courses around the Muskegon, Oceana, and Newaygo County areas?
Yeah. So we partner with local golf courses, and we either pay a small fee or no fee at all and use their practice facilities. We also have initiatives that we can take the kids out on the golf course and play. They're called Play 9 initiatives. So we'll take them out. We'll have a mentor walk 9 holes with a group of kids. And that's a really good relationship building time for that mentor and those students. But yeah, we are at several golf courses around the area. Our 2 biggest locations currently are Oak Ridge in Norton Shores and Muskegon Community College Golf Course. That's going to take some getting used to. But those have been our 2 longest and largest partner golf courses. But we're also at Bent Pine, up into White Lake. We are at the Country Club here. We do stuff at Old Channel and Montague, all the way up to Oceana in Shelby and Colonial and Hart. And then out at Water's Edge, Summer Breeze in the Fremont area.
Some beautiful courses.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Really amazing. So how many youth do you have in your program across those 3 communities or 3 counties?
Yeah, the 3 counties. In 2024, we served 448 students, and that is a single student not repeating if they came back more than once. So we have a 4-season program. We offer sessions 4 times a year. And if they come back, they don't get counted twice. So that's 448 individual participants that we consider engaged. So that means that they came to more than 4 hours of programming with us.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So you offer a variety of programs that teach youth skills through golf. Talk a little bit about the philosophy of those programs and how you balance personal growth with kids and their desire to be competitive in golf?
Yeah, it's a tightrope sometimes. We like to differentiate ourselves. We say we're not your typical junior golf program because we do rely heavily on the youth development, the character education pieces. We call them 5 key commitments. Those are our kind of building blocks of what we base everything around, and we seamlessly integrate those into games for beginners and for advanced golfers. And then we help kids find avenues to become more competitive. I'll speak personally. I'm not a fantastic golfer. I can do it. It's fun for me, but there are people that are much better suited to teach the technical swing and just the technical honing down on the skills. So as far as our general programs go, we just really rely on our curriculum. It's developed curriculum that we just introduced 4 years ago now, I want to say. We did a big brand refresh and a curriculum refresh, and we really rely heavily on that to teach our core values and our key commitments. And just, we hope that kids come and have fun and they don't even realize they're learning, whether they're learning a golf skill or how to be a better person, how to set a goal. So that's kind of our end goal.
That's how you connect with kids, right?
Right.
It's
fun.
Connect with fun and food, or fun and you mix in things that they're learning and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
I know I'm a decent golfer. My older son's getting into it, and that's really, for me, I found it's no coaching, none of that. It's just time together, and that sounds like how you're getting your methodology through. Yeah.
I grew up in the golf world, and my dad is a golf pro, and my brother and I golfed with him. And for me, it was for fun, and for him, my brother, it was competitive. So we have 2 sides of the coin right there in the same family.
That's great. So how do you invest in and build on your mentors? Because you really are dependent on mentors.
Yes.
So what do you do to make those mentors get into and understand fully those 5 developmental skills that you talked about and build them up so they're ready to work with these youth?
Yeah, all of our mentors fall into, I would say, 3 different buckets. We have our lead coaches that are paid, so we incentivize them with money, cash in pocket, on top of training. So myself and 2 of my colleagues just became national coach trainers, local coach trainers, but nationally trained. So we are able to develop and give the curriculum to our coaches in the way it was meant to be taught. And so we really highly value our trainings and offer them to our coaches and just allow them to learn how we learned and kind of fall in love with the curriculum that way. So those are our lead coaches. And then probably our biggest always need but also asset is our volunteers. And it's just those people that are willing to give their time. They want to make an impact on their community. They may be great golfers. They may have never golfed before, but they have a heart for it. And we just love to give to them and invest in them. Specifically in Muskegon, we do happy hours and we do end-of-year dinners. And I personally like to make an effort to get together one-on-one if possible and have those conversations that are outside of, hey, what can you do for me? And that seems to work. We also offer, golf tournaments and kind of fun play days for those volunteers. And then our third bucket would be our junior coaches. So those are kids ages 14 to 18, I would say, yeah, in the community, whether they're part of our program as a participant and we've found them to be a natural leader, or they come highly recommended from the community, coaches, teachers, etc. We will give them the opportunity to kind of get their first job, interview with us, little blank resume. And we pay them. We offer kids 12 and 13 to volunteer, kind of test the waters. But so we encourage them to just try it out. Maybe you like working with us. Maybe this is a summer job for you. So it really depends on what bucket you fall into, how you stay motivated. And so it's a lot. It's almost a full-time job just doing that, specifically with how large we are.
Yeah, working with mentors is a full-time job, and making sure they're up to date and you communicate with them and that they're rolling with the program changes that happen all the time in nonprofits.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's awesome. I'm a little worried that my son's going to listen to this and maybe want a summer job working with you. So I can't imagine 400 youth going through this program. How do you see that in our community? I would imagine you're out buying groceries or you're doing something in the community and you see these young individuals. How's that impact you when you see them, and do they recognize you, or do you hear stories from your volunteers about what those kids have to say when they're engaging outside of golf and they see them?
Yeah, it's definitely the most rewarding part. I've worked with youth since before college, so I've been around the rewarding part of working with kids for a long time. And I'll say when it happens in the community that you live in and shop in and work in, and it's just incredible. And being able to walk into the grocery store and see kids and they come up to you and they introduce you to their parents, because you don't always meet their parents face to face. I'm emailing them, I'm texting them, but I don't know what they look like. And so it's very, it's rewarding, and it's awesome to see that maybe something that they didn't want to do in the first place has turned into they found a mentor, or they found somebody that at least they can recognize in the community. Even I think a big thing for me this year and in years past has been investing in kids outside of golf and families outside of golf. So I've found myself going to local basketball games and football games, and if they're doing something else, I want to support them. We don't want to pigeonhole them into golf. And so just being a part of the community and seeing I'm buying into you so that you can buy into our program as well.
That's amazing. You actually answered my next question. I love it. So talk a little bit about your organization's strengths in the region and really developing how you see yourself developing the educational and social fabric of our youth and how you think that'll work into the future.
Yeah, I think investing in our youth and letting them try something new early and become a safe third space for them is really important to me and to our organization. It's a big reason why I got into this business. And our driver at First Tee is specifically kids that would never have stepped onto the golf course in the first place. So we're looking for people that maybe think that the golf course isn't for them because of how they look like or what they look like, because they're a young woman, because they don't have enough financial means to get out to the golf course. And we're trying to break that stigma and get kids out there and say, hey, it's okay. It is expensive. We won't lie to you, but we're offering our programs at low to no cost, and we want you to have this opportunity. We want you to grow up and be able to be in a business meeting, and maybe you're not a great golfer, but you have done it before, and it eliminates some of that fear and that worry in the future. And I mean, even if one kid goes 20, 21 years old and they're at their first business meeting on the golf course and they can draw back on something they did at First Tee, that's incredibly powerful. And we're hopeful that we are building and helping grow game changers is kind of our tagline, but people that we are proud to send back out into the community that we love.
Amazing. I mean, it's the starfish story. You throw it back, right? It
Yeah.
makes a difference to that one. And you don't know which one that is.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a fee structure.
Mm-hmm.
Those who can pay some amount.
Yeah.
But then those who can't afford it, it's free for them to participate in First Tee.
Yeah. So it's different at every chapter, but in West Michigan, our current fee structure is our 6-week session, which is just our general class session, what we advertise the most. That's $90. If you can't pay the $90, no questions asked. We have a scholarship program. If there's a family that is receiving financial assistance through any federal government, local government, state government funding, then they qualify for our scholarship. Again, no questions asked. So and that's free. It's 100% coverage. We provide all the equipment for everybody. And then even if you don't fall into that bucket, but you're experiencing financial hardship, even if you just have a ton of kids, and $90 adds up fast. So we want to make sure that there's no financial barrier to golf in the beginning. And even towards the end, we're there to help with tournament fees. We're there to help with less individual lessons, college admission, Evans scholarship, caddying. So there's just so many pathways that we can introduce the kids to that can help eliminate that financial barrier.
It's so cool that it's for everybody. And you just are going to bring so many more people to be better people through golf. So in the past decade, sports, the landscape has changed. How has your program evolved as you've grown and as youth change?
Yeah. I made a joke earlier that a decade ago, I was the youth in youth sports. So I've seen both sides, but it's becoming so much more specialized. Kids are being forced to pick a lane earlier and earlier. And like I mentioned previously, we don't want to pigeonhole kids into golf. We want them to come, have a good time, make a friend, come with a friend, and try something new. We want this to be a safe space to make mistakes. The golf course, it can be intimidating, so even just getting out there and seeing, it's a big field and there's some rules, but it's not special grass, it's just cut special, and that way. So I think just letting kids know, hey, if you don't like this and you like basketball better, you like running track better, that's okay, but just know that we're always here if you want to come back to us. And so I think just falling back on that, we're youth development first, golf second, and then being able to go support those kids and say, hey, I love that you love football, let me go to one of your games, or I'm still supporting your endeavors, just know we're here.
I love that you don't make the kids be pigeonholed into one thing, because professional athletes will tell you the more sports you play, the better you'll become at the one sport that you end up focusing on as you get older. And the scariness of golf, you brought it up. The rules are so scary.
Yeah, even for me.
I don't even know them, and I've been playing forever. So that you take that away and you allow them. I can remember as a young kid, my dad took me on the golf course, and we were on the putting green, and I stomped on the ball and drove it into the green, and pulled me and said, you can't do that. This is why. This is. Explain it to them and let them know, but they're going to make mistakes. They're kids.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what are some exciting plans that you have for First Tee?
I'm most excited about our expansion projects. I know we've been in Oceana County. This will be our third year and our second year in Newaygo County, but we've barely, even touched the surface there. The Oceana County project admittedly is my baby because that's where I'm from, and it's so rewarding to give back to where you're from. But while we've been growing so much, we're excited to grow deeper and get deeper with in those areas, and also in Muskegon itself. We serve a lot of kind of the peripheral areas in Muskegon, and I want to dive right back into the city and get those kids to come out and see us too. So this year, we keep talking about it, but it's all about going deeper and building relationships with those families who are bought in already, and then trying to engage families that are kind of on the cusp, but how can we pull you in and make you one of our families? And so I think our two expansions, but then how can we grow deeper and really establish ourselves in those areas?
So we started with your challenge is growth. You're going to continue to grow and go deeper. You're going to make your life really difficult but fun.
Yeah, busy.
So talk to me a little bit about community collaborations. Who are your big partners? You mentioned a bunch of golf courses. Do you have donors in West Michigan? Do you have big supporters that you'd like to mention? And tell us what they do for First Tee. Yeah,
I will say our biggest supporter, while not financial, is the Boys and Girls Club of Muskegon Lakeshore. We've recently kind of reinvigorated that partnership, and they've helped bring so many kids to us. And now that they have their clubhouse and all that really exciting stuff, we're excited to be able to go to them and provide programs. And they're just such great people to work with. And it's such an incredible organization that's serving the heart of the city in Muskegon. I'll say all of our donors in Muskegon, Oceana, and Newaygo County, all of that money stays here. So we do have big donors in and corporate donors in Grand Rapids more so, and that's a big push we're trying to make here. But it's very, very important for us to let our donors know when you give, it stays here. It's not going to Grand Rapids. It's not going to Kalamazoo. It's not going to Holland. It's staying right in Muskegon County, Oceana County, Newaygo County. So that's something that we're really proud of.
That's great. And you provide clubs. So if somebody has some older clubs that they want to get rid of, I know a couple people that may buy new clubs every year. Could they donate?
Yeah.
And you'd accept those?
Yes, we accept donations. We love kids clubs. But if there's a nice set of clubs, we have older kids that are looking as they outgrow. If there's a kid that's outgrown their set that's part of our program, we help get clubs that fit in their hands. And we're always taking donations, balls, clubs, things that people have left in their garage and let collect dust. We'll take them and put them to good use.
Very good. McKenna, anything that we haven't covered? I know you do so much, but
Yeah.
anything that you just have burning that you think our listeners need to know about?
I just think that I'm speaking for myself, but also for others at this point, but I love Muskegon and the Muskegon area, and it's so incredible to be able to combine things that I love, which is youth development, golf, being outside, with a city that I love and an area that I love. And that's just me, but I know others, we all have hearts to serve. And I just encourage people this is just the greatest feeling, and I get paid to do it. I just encourage people to find something like that. And if they want to work with us, if that's how they want to, then that's great. But it's just really important for us to become kind of a mainstay staple in the community.
McKenna, thank you so much. I think for me, beyond the great work that you do at First Tee, I love that you're a young person that decided to stay in Muskegon, in the Muskegon area, and truly invest and do great work and ensure that our community youth is being developed so that they stay and make our community even better.
Thank you.
Thank you. For more information about First Tee of West Michigan, please visit firstteewestmichigan.org. Thank you for listening to Muskegon Rising, a podcast supported by the Muskegon Rotary Club. If you think someone is doing something amazing in our community, please email us at muskegonrising@muskegonrotary.org.